In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Hello again. So, have you put on Jesus? Therefore, take up the full armor of God. Take up Jesus, so that you will be able to resist in the evil day. Submit to God, resist the devil, so that you can resist in the evil day. And having done everything to stand firm therefore. Having girded your loins with the belt of truth. Having put on truth. Jesus is the truth. Do you have Jesus on? And then it says, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness. Now, I've heard the conversation, maybe you have too. And so, you need to be righteous. You need to behave righteously. You need to follow the rules, follow the commandments. You need to obey God. Well, I would never say that you should embrace sin. I would never say that your behavior should be sinful. Please don't hear me ever saying that. However, I am saying, just like it says in Romans, just like Paul said to the Romans in chapter 10, verse 4, for Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone who believes. Now, are you a believer? Then Jesus is the end of you trying hard to follow the rules to be righteous before God. There's one way, there's only one way to be righteous, and that is to put on Jesus. It says in 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, and verse 30, by God's doing, you are in Christ Jesus. God put you in Jesus the moment you believed. By His doing, you are in Christ Jesus, and Christ became to us wisdom from God and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, so that just as it is written, let him who boasts, boast in the Lord. Oh, it's all about Him doing it all and you just believing and receiving. And when that happens, bam, God put you in Christ, who has become for you righteousness. Put on the breastplate of righteousness. Put on Jesus. It says in 2 Corinthians, Paul was talking to the Corinthians, and in the 5th chapter, verse 21, Paul said this, God made Jesus, who knew no sin, to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the very righteousness of God in Him. Oh, Jesus was made sin with your and my sin, so that we would be made righteous with His righteousness. Put on Jesus. Put on the breastplate of righteousness. Oh, God put us in Christ, who became for us the very righteousness of God. Put on Jesus. Walk in the confidence and the faith that He is with you in every step that you take. And you don't have to worry about behavior issues when you have the sense that you're with Him, because He leads you out of sin and into holiness and righteousness with Him. So behold that. Behold the righteousness that you have become in Christ. Put on Christ, the breastplate of righteousness. And we'll talk about the next armor as we get together tomorrow. God bless you.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.